All right, recording back in process. Greetings, family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. Yesterday, which was Monday, was November 3rd, 2025, which was 11/3, 2025. And this is Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. We're in the night after Monday, going into Tuesday tomorrow. But we're tonight's information that we're sharing is Isaiah 4 and 1. Isaiah 4 and 1. This is what we're sharing at this point in time. And we're actually talking about this because of the day that we're in. The day we're in is part of prophecy. And the reason why this is called, I'm calling this Isaiah 4 and 1 is because of what's coming soon. That's why I said Isaiah 4 and 1 coming soon. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read this again and go into some information. And I just shared out of the reason why, well, let me read this first and give you the reproach. It says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Excuse me, y'all. I know we're beginning to run a little bit. Excuse me. Change of weather didn't start to happen. But as I was saying, Isaiah 4 and 1, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away thy reproach. And my wife read it for me a little earlier. She's very tired. She was tired earlier, so she back there asleep, probably asleep now. But reproach meaning shame, confounded, shame, they are an embarrassment. And so by this happening, the embarrassment of the women is going to really come in full force today. The reproach is going to be the fact that a lot of things that's going on for the women, like the system, like I started earlier, the system has turned the women against the men. And the system was the serpent in the beginning that got in the woman's ear, that turned the woman. She actually convinced the man to do against what the Creator said do, which is the universal consciousness, which is the Almighty, we call Yah, or the world say God, excuse me. But I like to say universal consciousness is which gave the instructions to Adam. And Adam gave the instructions to his wife, and she disobeyed. She disobeyed, and she heard what the serpent said, and she listened to the serpent because the serpent said that, well, this ain't going to happen. That tree is going to make you wise. And mainly what women try to do today, they try to be over their husband or over the men. The men. I'm saying the men, but most females try to be over their husband. That's the reason why we have feminists today. But as I was saying in part 1, the beginning of part 1, it talks about Kevin Samuels coming in. And what I'm saying, Kevin said, he's the one in Malachi. You remember those 3 words again, baby? Those 3 words for reproach? Shame, disgrace, and it was 3 words. Yeah, but reproach means shame and disgrace. I'm going to read it one more time, and then I'm going to give you my other point of view before I go into the scriptures just before 4 and 1, where we are today. But in that day, Isaiah 4 and 1, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. It's not saying 7 men going to go out and get 7 women. It says 7 women shall take hold of one man. They're going to grab that man up. saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. Let me become your wife, to take away my shame, our reproach, our disgrace. And why is the women disgraced today? The enmity of the system has turned you away from your husband. The enmity of the Creator said, I will put enmity between you and the woman, between her seed and your. The Creator said He's going to do that. And how He doing it is by the actions. Your actions shows the enmity between you and the man, because you have taken the side of the serpent. The serpent is the system. The woman has taken the side of the system against the man. But now what the system is doing is turning from the woman. Taking you off your Section 8, giving you limited access now. Your assistance that was supposed to help you, you have taken advantage of this assistance. Now you think you're supposed to live off of it. I got food, I'm going to take. Now y'all got so used to what assistance is supposed to be. Now you want to go and steal and take instead of saying, well, let me make for myself. Go and read what a virtuous woman is. Maybe you'll have a better understanding of what women do or should be doing. A virtuous woman. We're going to get to that in a few moments. But first, I want to get over here to Malachi 4:4. Malachi 4:4. It states, remember the law of Moses, my servant. That's your key. Excuse me. Remember the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. That's your key. Remember. Remember the law of Moses, my servant, which he gave the law from the Creator, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and the judgments. We're in this day right now, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yah. Y'all know the day of the Lord is dreadful? Did y'all know that? The day of the Creator is dreadful. That was the coronavirus. I don't care if man did it. I don't care whoever y'all say did it. The Creator allowed it. That means it was going to happen. It's still of the voice of Yah. All these plagues and things that has happened. Before that great and dreadful day of Yah. And he, who? Elijah the prophet. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children. When Captain Samuel stood up in the time of the, Great Depression is coming to my mind, but in the time of the plague in 2020, before, he said he was talking to men for 3 years. He said, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers, which is the men. The men are the fathers. I'm not talking about the boys. I'm not talking about these dudes out here that just run around and sticking and running. I'm talking about the men, the hearts of the fathers. And we're not just fathers to the children, we're fathers to the world. We stand up and give information, so we teach. Give understanding so you can go a certain type of way. You can live a certain type of way. These are the fathers. These fathers are men. I'm not talking about boys. I'm not talking about sissies. I'm not talking about what they call these guys that's out here just doing what they want to do, and out here these players. I put it like that. These pimps and players. I'm not talking about them. Pimps and players, I'm not talking about them. Pimps, players, and boys. It's not in the vocabulary. We talk about the fathers, which is men. Verse 6, Malachi 4:6. And he shall turn the hearts of the fathers, which is men, to the children. Now let's look at the children. The children are these women with childlike minds. The children are the actual children that's looking for their fathers in the home that the women has turned away for the system, which is the serpent. The system, which is the serpent, that whispered in your ear, that gave you money to leave your man. And they taught their children, and they taught their children's children. That's why the women is in the situation they're in today. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers. A lot of women has turned their mindset around and coming back to the men. The men are the fathers of the world. The women are the mothers of the world. But you got a lot of women and mothers who are supposed to be women and mothers, but they act like children and they act like females, feminists. And he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest, this is what's happening, lest I come and smite the earth with the curse. That was your 2020. The Father smite the earth with a curse. That curse was 2020. Then the other was the jab. Both of them was curses, because the jab is the mark. The beast is the system. The jab was the mark of the system. And this is where we at in this day and time. But other than that, let's move over here to Proverbs. Proverbs 31. Let's run over here real quick. And let's show what a virtuous woman is supposed to be. See, this is what the women and how they're supposed to carry themselves. Let's go over here to understand what a wife is. A wife is a virtuous woman. There we go. Here we go right here. Starting at 31:10. I'm just going to read on down to give you some understanding. Praise of a virtuous woman. See, this is what a virtuous woman is. A lot of people don't read and they don't study. Who can find a virtuous woman? Who can find a good wife? For her price is far above rubies. See this? The heart of her husband. The heart of her man, which is her husband. See, a virtuous, the first thing said, who can find? What man can find this type of woman? A virtuous woman. But see, Isaiah 4:1 talks about 7 women taking hold of one man. We don't know what type of women these women are. They're trying to take away their reproach. They're trying to take away their shame, their guilt. Why? Because of who they used to be and who they're trying not to be. You want me to tell you what some of these women are? Go up to 3:24 real quick. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there should be stink. How many of these women out here stinking in more ways than one? And y'all know what the places I'm talking about. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well-set hair, baldness. And instead of a stomacher, a grinding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. This is going on today. This is where we at now. Moving into 4:1. Thy men shall fall by the sword. And that was going on in 2016 on up until these days today. But mostly in 16 in the time of Obama, when these cops was killing our people, the system was killing our men in the streets. The system murdering our men in the streets. And thy mighty men in the war. You see that? What war? We know there was a war going on. We got individual wars going on today. We got the system against the people. And her gates, who gates? And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate without nothing, shall sit upon the ground. She's gonna sit upon the ground like, oh. And this is what's coming to now. She being desolate. See? And her gates shall lament and mourn. She will start to cry, because what's going on with the women now running into Walmart? I need food, running into Walmart. A lot of them getting cut off the aid that they was having. A lot of them getting cut off welfare. This is your 26 right here. And her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate without nothing. She being desolate shall sit upon the ground. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no food stamps. I ain't got no welfare check. I ain't got this. I ain't got no man. I got all these children, all these kids. She's sitting on the ground. This is coming. We're actually at this point now. We're at that point right now. Then come in the fourth. And in that day that they're going through, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. Now I can't do it. I gotta go get a man. I can't make no money. I ain't getting no money. I ain't this. I ain't that. I gotta go get a man. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. We're going to get our own clothes, but just only let me be called by thy name to take away my reproach. You know why? That woman has to be called by a man name in order to get her executrix. She has to become the executrix over her trust. This is something y'all don't know about. I'm giving you information on stuff that y'all don't know about. See, you have to come into order. And order is the Creator, the Holy Spirit that sits upon man, man and woman. See, what's going on? This is the reproach is the reason why they're going to be setting up and they're going to say, let me be called by thy name. Why? Because the man is the head in this day. Why y'all think they've been trying to get rid of the man? Huh? Why y'all think they've been trying to put man underfoot? Man don't know who he is because they put woman over man in order for him not to be who he is and be the head that he's supposed to be. That's why the seed is in the house of the woman. The man's seed is in the house of the woman. He said, I will put enmity between thy seed and the woman's seed, because the woman has the seed of the man in the house under her. Y'all can't see the prophecy going on? Oh, this is talking about today's time. All the stuff that happened then had to come to point to the latter days. For the Father seen everything day one. Genesis 1:1. The Father seen it all. Y'all can't see it because y'all eyes are closed to the scriptures and the book. The Father has to open your eyes through someone that he has anointed to give you the information. And until you listen with open ears and open eyes, you're going to be in the system, citizens, slaves, Slavs, however you want to say it. Until you come out and get in your office, or get under the husband and get under the skin, which is you become the rib and he can become your covering. Because we don't have exposed ribs. All our ribs is covered by the skin. And that man is your skin that's covering the rib. A lot of y'all women are exposed. That's the whole point. Y'all women y'all ribs is out there. And y'all can't even see it. But it's happening now. See, the system is turning back where it says right over here. Isaiah 5:20 rather. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. All the stuff y'all been doing, y'all feminists, females, doing the stuff that y'all been doing. Y'all calling evil good. We don't need no man, but you're laying down having babies. You're getting pregnant and want to have abortions. Y'all think that's good. That's evil. Getting pregnant, having abortions, and then the system was backing you up. If Kamala would have been, boy, it'd have been worse than what it's been. And y'all can't see it. I had one brother that I love dearly. He's a good friend of mine. He had that Trump delusion so bad. Trump is the worst president we ever had. And I made a text to him. I said, bruh, Obama made same-sex marriage. Obama, he made that, and there's other things that he did, but he also, not him, but I say Biden was putting out, he wanted and he was promoting crack pipe vending machines. Who does this? Is this your government? Promoting crack pipe vending machines. Then Kamala was coming in. She was talking about supporting the transgenderism, so people can have sex change. I'm gonna say all three, as far as I'm concerned. They was pushing the situation for children to have I don't know transvestite, but they was cross dressers teaching the children in the schools. Yeah, you got to the point where now you got grown men around little children butt naked. All this stuff going on, nobody's saying a word. This is the system. This is your Satan. Nobody's saying a word about all this. Dwayne Wade's son didn't even get a chance to grow up to make a decision to see if you want to be a certain way or a certain way. They're promoting this stuff. This is hell. Spirit told me when I was in Germany. And I was sitting up, I said, well, I'm going to go ahead on back on to my, but go to hell then. I was shocked. Would Spirit say that? Not realizing hell is right over here, mainly United States, and is branching all throughout the earth. But people feel the shift now, don't you? I was also sharing in part one about it's not zoology, zoo something. People feel like they're in the zoo now. They feel like they're caged, and there's something going on that they don't understand. They got to go to work, don't want to go to work, but they got to go to work because they got to pay their bills. I'll sharing that part, and I said I'm going to end up putting those links in the post. Y'all, it's from Facebook. It's a few links I'm going to add in here. That one, the zoology situation, a couple of them with Trump, I believe, but a couple of other situations. I'm going about 2 or 3 of them I'm going to add to the post. Because people don't realize where we are today. The change is happening. The shift is going on now. The dimensions is happening. A lot of y'all is going to stay in the 3rd dimension or just a lower vibration dimension. Many of us is elevating. I've elevated. I don't know where I'm at, but I've elevated to understand where I am and what I see. I'm up there. Thank you to the anointing of the Almighty. And I can see and understand what's happening. As I said, verse 5 and 20, Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Woe unto you that put darkness for light and light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes. I was looking at this dude there on Instagram. This dude's talking about he was talking about, yeah, we got what you call them kind of letters. He said some type of letters and tomatoes and stuff that has the vaccine or something in it. I forgot how he was talking about it. He was so confident. Well, yeah, we're going to do this and this and that is going to be immune and talk about. I'm like, my wife, when I showed that to her, she's like, man, these people is crazy. Who do y'all say, well, is there a law? There's not a law. Well, no, I'm not saying there's a law, but this and that. He kind of avoided the conversation. Just because it's not a law, that means that we can do it. Pharmaceutical drugs in the flesh, in the food that you're eating that they're putting into it. This is an evil system. I see a lot of things changing by some of the things that Trump and JFK and a lot of others, they're trying to change things to the right, but they just getting in. This system has been corrupt for years, for decades. I'm going to say that. For decades, this system has been corrupt, but you don't know it because the media was feeding you what you thought was good and you didn't even know it was evil. The media was doing it. The media is showing you what they want you to see so you can adapt to it. But you got a voice in the wilderness telling you that fake news, fake media, y'all don't believe it because you've been told a lie so long, you believe it. Hey, all I can say is, right here again, before I get back to Proverbs 31, 24 through 26 again. And it shall come to pass, instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And we know a lot about women and stinking today. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well-set hair, baldness. Now, if you go to Isaiah chapter 3, verse 10, down to 26, you'll understand who is speaking of. Mostly this is talking about the woman. I'm not going to go through all this because I've done it already, but I'm giving you something to go through and check it out for yourself and get an understanding because it's going to show you everything that pertains to the woman. And right here, it says the judgment on the daughters of Zion, starting at verse 16. But verse 10 through 12 will give you a clear understanding of what's going on for today. But again, 24, before we get on over. 24 again, Isaiah 3 and 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well-set hair, baldness. And instead of a stomacher, a grinding of sackcloth. And a burning instead of beauty. 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, which has been happening and has been going on by these cops in the streets. The Ku Klux Klan, and all these other undercover agents for the system, or the other system and the agents for the system that's against the people, against us, that is. And thy mighty in the war, and her gates, the women, and her gates, her homes, shall lament and mourn. And she being desolate without anything shall sit upon the ground. Then, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. This is prophecy. All this is prophecy. 3, 10 through 26. Then what's coming is, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our shame, to take away our reproach. Let's get over here and check out the virtuous woman. This is where the woman is supposed to be. Supposed to be. Again, well, who can find who? Who is he talking about? A man. What now? I'm going to say it right there. What man can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. I got one. Love my baby. I got me a virtuous woman. And the key in verse 11. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her. He trusts his wife. See, Adam trusts Eve, but she listened to the system, which is the snake, which is the serpent. And what did he do? He hearkened unto her because she connived. And y'all know y'all got a lot of them out there. I had 1 or 2. I ain't got one now, though. Excuse me. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. He ain't got to worry about it. He ain't got to worry about lack or anything like that. 12. She will do him good and not evil all his days, all the days of her life. She will do him good and not evil. You hear that? She would do her husband good and not evil. Do y'all understand what's being said? All the days of her life, as long as she lives, she's going to do her husband good and well. 13. She seeketh wool, she seeketh good and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. She willingly trying to work. She ain't trying to go and get a bag from another man. She ain't trying to get whatever she can from her man and take from him. She's willingly working with her hands for they can prosper together. Keeping the household clean or doing what she can to get out there to make things happen for them. My wife, when I'm low, and my wife got some change, say, here, do this, do it. My wife does this. And I'm not saying I'm all that and I got all that all the time. Majority of the time I do. But sometimes when I'm short, she come back, hey, hubby, here it is, shit, all the time. Like that, baby? Yeah, she not smiling now. Because I'm giving her props. She's a virtuous woman. You like that, sweetie? 14. She is like the merchants. She is like the merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar. She is just like a merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night. That's what she do. When she get up, she go to work early in the morning. I get up and take her to work. She rises also while it is yet night, and meaning before the daylight, and giveth meat to her household, meaning give her food to her household, and a portion of to her maidens, and the portion to her maiden, to her daughters, or the women that's helping her in the household, because she's over them. She's the woman, she's the head woman in charge. I ain't gonna put the N there. She's the head woman in charge. 16. She considereth a field. She said, okay, this is a good field out here. And buyeth it. Why? Because she got the funds. She either got it from her husband. Her husband even gave her an account. He may have got her money, or she making her own money. But she consider it not for her, for them. Her household and for them to grow it. Do y'all understand what a virtuous woman is? Do y'all really understand? Me and my wife, that's why I thank you, Father. All praises to the Almighty. Before I even came to Detroit, it was told to me through a brother in the spirit. The woman you're going to meet her in Detroit and she's going to be with you. I got one. I know what I got. That's why I told her, I said, you the one. No, I ain't. You the one. Our foundation is the Father. That's our foundation. You got to find somebody, you know who's your foundation. You got to know what your foundation, not who. You got to know what your foundation is, and both of y'all supposed to be on that together. Your foundation was going to keep you. And our foundation is the Father. She considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands, she planteth a vineyard. And she plant food in the yard. We say vineyard, vineyard here, but she plant food in order to have food for later. She girdeth her loins with strength and strengthened her arms. She doing work herself. She getting stuff together. She making it happen. See, the Father, a lot of times, a man ain't always in the household. Man is out doing his thing. The man is out conquering in the world. He's building things. He's getting land. He's doing all kinds of stuff. I had a brother talk to me last week. Earlier, that was last week, Friday or Saturday evening, on the Sabbath. But I think it was on the Sabbath, because we stayed, I think I shared that me and this brother on the phone 5 hours. He's a younger brother, somebody I know. Well, we was on the phone for a long time, and his mindset is the way the Romans got the world today. His mindset is on the way the world is, with cookie cutter, like a cookie cutter marriage. Well, I grew up with a mother and a father and my siblings, we all together. I said, bruh, just because you grew up there don't mean your life gonna be like that. I had to tell him some information. I said, when life happens, it's a different story. I said, if I'm just going to say, if you get married, I'm going to put an if there. Because I know the situation, but I'm just going to say if. If you got married and you and your wife don't communicate together and you separate, just imagine you and her separate, but you married. You never experienced that with your wife, with your mother and father. You ain't experienced that. I said, suppose that she have a child by you and you separate. And you can't get back together, but you got a child with her and your family ain't together. So you can't speak on what you don't know. When life happens, it's a whole different story. You can't predict what life is. And like I was sharing other day, I ain't say this to him, but I'm sharing this with my wife or I'm sharing this with someone else. Nobody grows up and says, I want to be a crackhead. Nobody expects to be a crackhead. Nobody say, I want to grow up, I want to be a drunk. Who does that? Nobody expects to do these things. I want to grow up, I want to be a dope addict. I want to shoot up. I want to snort. Who does that? But life happens and people get caught up. See what I'm saying? A lot of people think things are cookie cutter and stuff like that. You'll never know what happens. But some people go through things in order to be an experience for other people. Because those same people that go through, some people that go through those things, they come out of it. And they can be an experience for those who is growing up and they can say, don't do this. I've been through it and it ain't for you. But if a person goes through it, they may not come out. I'm giving you understanding of things that I know. Not that I have experience on that point, but things that I know. Because it's things that I have experienced that me and the brother that I was just telling you, young brother, he was trying to, well, you kind of brought up, well, you got children here and children there and children across the seas. I said, brother, you don't know what happened to those circumstances. You don't know why these things happen the way they happen. You only going by the end product of what you think you see. But where I am right now is where I'm supposed to be. So people talk like these women. Like I told you about the woman in part one. The woman in red. They told me not to. They told me not to fold his clothes. She's showing her ring. They told me not to cook for him. She's showing her ring. They told me not to whatever. She telling her a lie, but she's showing her ring, meaning showing that all stuff them women trying to tell her not to do. She getting married. The man sitting right there. Then this other woman, this was on Anton's video, which I'm going to put in here. I'm glad I remember that. I'm going to put it in here too. And this other woman came on saying, well, and then she was trying to put the woman down. Well, he got to be worthy of me laying down holding his children. He got to be worthy for me to have put his ring on my finger. Yeah, this goes to show how ignorant some of these people are. And this woman sitting up here with 2 rings in her nose, and she talking stuff she don't even know because she ain't even part of that family. She don't know what that man did for her. She don't know what that man did for her to want to do those things for him. This is the problem with the woman today. That's why they're going to end up being those women in Isaiah 3, verse 10 through 26. And maybe in 4 and 1. Well, okay, I don't like it, but I'm going to do it because I got to have a man in order to do this, in order to do that. You're going to have to. I'm going to tell you, it's stuff that y'all don't know nothing about that y'all supposed to know. Y'all dead to it because y'all been made slaves from birth. I'm not going to leave it at there. Verse 17. She girded her loins with, this is Proverbs 31:17. I just read it, but I'm reading it again. She girded her loins with strength and strengtheneth her arm. Verse 18. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. She perceived that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. One more. Yes. Her candle goeth out not out by night. 19. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. That means that these women are doing. Now I know a lot of women in Atlanta. They work. They make their own product. Some of them sew clothes. Some of them make hats. Some of them make jewelry. A lot of people in Atlanta I know do their own thing. A lot of them I know do that. And we got many here that do it. Most of the women here that I know, they do hair. But they doing their work. They're their own entrepreneurs. So the whole thing is people are doing their own work, but the difference is the attitude behind it. That's the difference. So you got a lot of women that does the work, they come home, they build with their husband. But you got a lot of women out here who are feminists. I don't need no man. I can do this and that myself. And then they try to, some that have men, put the man down. They embarrass the man. They make the man look bad in front of other people. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you me, I wouldn't deal with it. And I can say that because I got a woman. I wouldn't deal with it. I would not deal with it. Because as many of them are, y'all men don't realize there's so many other women out there. But see, we're loyal. Men are loyal. Men are loyal because we try to make things work with what we have. And it's sad that we're that loyal, but no, that's the word of Yah. When a man shall leave his mother and his mother and his father, he shall cleave unto his wife. That's what we do. And it's in our DNA and we can't even see it. We don't even understand it. It's in our DNA. That's why men, I'm not talking about boys, I'm not talking about pimps and all these other people out here. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about men. It's in our DNA. We're going to make it work as much as we can. That's why women are quick to leave quicker than men. Verse 20. She stretches out her hand to the poor. She reaches forth her hand to the needy. She helped these people. See what I'm saying? She helped these people out. You got a lot of women like that. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She's making sure that everybody's good. She's not afraid to get out there in the snow. She's not scared to do what she needs to do. We got someone, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I ain't touched this. I ain't doing that. So, 22. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. She got beautiful clothing. Which got a lot of women out here like that. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land. You see that? Her husband is known. A lot of time, the husband is known because the fact that he got a wife like that, he's like that. He got a good woman. That's why I say know who you with. Know who you dealing with, know who you getting with. Because if the man is like that, he definitely gonna get a woman like that. That's why, like Kevin Samuel always talk about dang, what's the name that he always say? He always talk about the man that might as well say they have a lot. I forgot what he say. That all these other women is trying to get. But I gotta have a man with 6 figures, and you ain't even worth a man with 6 figures. High value, thank you, baby. The high value man. High value man is high value. I'm going to get a woman that's high value. My woman is very high. What did it say over here? It said, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. I got one. And as I was sharing, I think that was last night. I wouldn't dare bring a woman in my facility, in my household, or under us that would bring us down. I would never do that. You're corrupting. You're bringing in a virus. You're bringing in a virus to corrupt you and your whole household. And people don't even realize it. Some people just go so gung-ho and they just want to get between them. You know what? All of them got the same thing. All of them got the same thing. This is the difference. The mentality of a woman is different. You find a woman with a good mentality, then you got a good woman. And the mentality is a virtuous woman, what we're reading about right now. She maketh fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchants. See, she's delivering stuff and she's getting paid behind it. And she ain't selling herself to do it. See what I'm saying? She ain't got to sell herself to get paid. She got a husband. She trusts in her husband because she know her husband got what she need. A lot of these females trying to find more. Trying to get out there and find something more than what she already got. And that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the enmity right there. And I would put enmity between thy seed and her seed. Thou and the woman, her seed, and that's the reason why people can't even see what's going on today. 25. Strength and honor are her clothing. Strength and honor. Strength, what's the key word? Honor. Honor, integrity. How many women out here have that? If you are willing to go over there for let me and boo-boo on you over to Dubai just for some money, you would do anything. If you would go out here and sell yourself, you would do anything. You have no integrity. You have no honor among yourself. That's why, if you think about it, I'm just going to give you understanding. That's why seven of them going to go and sell themselves. They're selling themselves to a man. Just let me be called by thy name to take away my reproach, to take away my shame. Why you have shame in the first place? Why? Because you haven't been taught the way you're supposed to be taught. Women of today has been brought up by the feminist movement and the women of yesterday. I say yesterday, in the time that's been going on. That's why the system is the way it is today. The system has turned its back on the women now. Now you're left to fend for yourself. The system is the one that said, well, get your man out the house, you got this check. The system did that. The serpent, which is the system, did that to the woman. But y'all women can't see. The problem is y'all don't see the future, y'all see what's now. What's here, right now, I got it. This is what I need. But y'all ain't seeing down the road. That's why you need a man. That's why you need a man. See, man, they don't think of now. We think of what's coming, what's planned to come. That's the reason why we make homes. That's why we get homes to build. Okay, we're going to have this. We got to get this. We plan. We think. Not saying women don't, but I'm giving you the understanding of a man. We think ahead of time to think about, okay, we got to make sure this happens. We got to have this together. Well, I want to do this now. So I'm not putting women down. When I'm talking, and not talking about all, I made that clear earlier. A lot of people can't see. A lot of people quick to point the finger, and don't forget you got 3 points back. Verse 25 again. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. You see that? She shall rejoice in time to come. Why? Because she's prepared. She's prepared. She openeth her mouth with wisdom. Y'all see that? When she opened her mouth, she got wisdom coming out. That's why we got a lot of young men, I'm going to say young men, that don't understand, and they worship the woman, not realizing the woman is for the man and with the man. But all they can see is, man, a man can't live without a woman. I said, bro, look at all the stuff that's going on that we do. Yes, we work together, but the man is supposed to be the head. He makes the last decision. When the man makes the last decision, like I said before, The man's going to be the one who get blamed for anything anyway. But if a man and a woman break up, who they going to say? What did you do? Talking about the man. They ain't going to say the woman had anything to do with it. First thing they're going to blame is the man. Man always get blamed. So the man might as well be the one to stand up and take the blame for whatever happens. Anton Daniels. There you go. Anton Daniels is who I'm talking about. That had the video that I'm talking about. Now I'm gonna replay it. And her tongue is the law of kindness. You see that? Let me read that 26 again. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. This is the virtuous woman. See, the woman in Isaiah 4:1 is the woman of today. She's the woman of today. A lot of people can't even see. She's the woman of today. And if y'all really understood and seen Isaiah 4:1 from Isaiah 3:10 all the way down to 4:1, you can see it today. You can understand it. Clear as day. We're in that time today. This is prophecy happening now. The system is turning things back to order, which is the creator is using Trump to put things back in order. Now, there's things that Trump is doing because he don't understand as well. All the stuff with the Palestinians and the Jews, those are not the real people. We are the real people. Right here under his nose that he used to be up under, and he may not knew who we were, but he know that we were special. Before he got into the presidency, he hung around our people. So, 27. Proverbs 31:27. She looketh well to the ways of her household. You see that? She looketh well to the ways of her household. Let me see. What should we do here? What should we get done here? What should we put over here? Okay. And eateth not the bread of idleness. She don't eat the bread, meaning she's not out here being idle. She's always busy. She always trying to keep something going on. What they say, an idle mind is the devil's. It was an old saying. An idle mind is the devil's playhouse or playground, something like that. She's always busy. She looketh well to the ways of her household and eateth not the bread of idleness. Meaning she's not out there trying to sit up there. She's not talking. That's another thing of being idle. You got women that just chip, and this is how you get in people's ear. Whisper in your ear. 28. Her children rises up and call her blessed. It says be blessed there, but I like to say blessed. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Isn't that what I'm doing with my wife right now? I'm giving her praise right now by letting her know what I'm saying in this conversation. I know what I got because the Creator gave me her. Many daughters have done virtuously. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. You got many of the women out here. Some of them has done virtuously. Some of them did some good things, whatever. But the one I got excel all the ones that I've had. You see how that worked? Many of them, many daughters, many women was good. They was pretty good. Some was good, some wasn't. But the one I got right now, I'm talking about me on this. She excelled all the ones that I had before. Why? Because she was a gift of Yah. She was a gift of Almighty Yah. Told to me, the woman you're going to meet her in Detroit, and she going to be with you. I got one who I know who I got, and ain't worried about it.
That's what my name means.
What your name mean, baby? Her name is Joan. It's spelled Joan, but she calls herself Joanne, Joan. And what does it mean, baby? A gift from who? God. Joanne means a gift from God, gift from Yah, and she's my gift. Thank you, baby, for letting me know that. She's my gift. And I told her she was the one before she knew it. 30. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth Yah, bam! Didn't I tell you? But a woman that feareth Yah, she shall be praised. Am I not giving her praise? Am I not giving her praise? I'm not worshiping her. I'm giving her praise by letting y'all know about my wife that the Creator gave me. See what I'm saying? Again, 30 again. Proverbs 31 and 30. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. How many of these girls out here think they fine? Walk around looking good and they think that a lot of them women get favor. But a woman that feareth Yah, that's Yah is our foundation. And I shared that. Yah is our foundation. That's how I said, that's why I said, you the one. You gonna be the one. You the one. But a woman that feareth Yah, she shall be praised. 31 and last verse. Give her of the fruit of her hands. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Let her own works praise her in the gates. Now, what about these women out here that want to get a bag from somebody else? I want to get with this man. I want to get with this. Where's your works at? What are you doing to get with the man that you're talking about? What did the woman tell you that I just tell you on Anton Daniels information? They told me not to fold his clothes. She was acting ghetto, but yet still. She was happy with it was. They told me not to fold his clothes. They told me not to cook for him. They told me not to do this and do that. Next thing you know, this old little, I'm going to say tramp, gonna get up there and try to talk against what's going on, had the nerve to say, well, what makes him worthy of doing this? What makes him worthy for me to lay down and have the children? You ain't her. That's what makes her worthy. Makes her worthy to have them compared to you. It's sad. It's sad. Last thing I want to go to on this point, I shared about Kevin Samuels being Elijah Muhammad, not Elijah Muhammad, where'd that come from? Kevin Samuels being Elijah. I don't know where Muhammad came from. But Kevin Samuel being Elijah the prophet. There we go. In Malachi 4, verse 4 through 6. But where I want to go right now, I just want to give you a little bit of something out of the New Testament. At Romans, to end the conversation. According to the situation of today. Okay. Romans 1. We're going to start right here at verse 18. Give you some understanding. This right here is not just about the one, but this is the ways of the world of today. I'm going to end it with this right here. For the wrath of Yah is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness. Romans 1 verse 18. For the wrath of Yah is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, as well as women, who hold the truth in unrighteousness. The truth in unrighteousness. Because that which may be known of Yah is manifest in them. That's what's going on. What's manifest in them, for Yah has shown it unto them. These women out here see, and it's not just for men, it's for men and for the women. These women see and know and what they should do, but they're going to go and they're going to turn the other women against their main priority, which is the man and the family that they have. And the men out here do it too. 20. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen. Y'all see that? For the invisible things of him, of Yah, from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made. Understood by things that are made, even the Creator's eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. See what I'm saying? It's really going to be shown in this day and time. So they are without excuse, verse 21. Because that when they knew the Creator, Almighty Yah, when they knew the Creator, they glorified him not. The women. And how the women knew the Creator? Through the man. How the women knew the Creator? Through the things that was presented and put out there. As the Creator, because when they knew the Creator, the Almighty Yah, and they glorify him not as the Creator, they glorify him not as God. When the woman submits herself to a man, he's like God unto her. Like God, not God, but like God unto her. Neither were thankful, and the many women are not thankful. You got children acting like that now. You give them a brand new car. You give them, some of these mothers kick the car. I didn't want that. I don't want this. I don't want that. Children and the women. One man fixed up I remember looking at a video. One guy fixed up a whole room, I think a hotel room up. Nice and looked beautiful. That's all right. I don't like it. Not even appreciative. Don't even appreciate what the man did. Don't even look at, he put some things he put his time into this. And I see not even appreciate the time he put in for them, for her Earth Day, for whatever it was. I don't know if it was Valentine's Day, Earth Day, whatever it was, he put his time into it. But neither were thankful, but became vain in their imagination, and their foolish heart was darkened. That's what's going on today with the women of today, going with the system. Sister whispering in her ear, and she done turned from the man. We got these feminists today. And we got the other side of the coin. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. The alphabet group. And I'm just being honest. Now, me and my wife had a conversation today. I'm going to put this out there. Me and my wife had a conversation today on the way home. And we talked about if the ones who are like that, because I'm not like that. I'm not bisexual, homophobic, or none of that. If someone is like that, that's them. I have no problem with someone being like that because I can't help you. You got to deal with that with the Creator. But don't bring that on me. Now, if you're cool, I can talk to you. Hey, how you doing? Everything all right? Whatever. If you're like that, that's on you. Don't try to convert me. Don't try to convert my wife. Don't try to convert our friend. Don't try to convert anyone. If you are like that, that's you. I have nothing to do with that. That's you. But don't try to bring it into my world, into my life. Me and my wife had a conversation. We both said, if people can understand that if we can, how did we say it, baby, earlier? How do we say that? If we can like each other without being in each other's culture, or I don't have to like your culture to like you, put it like that. I don't have to like your way of life for you to be cool. Because there's a lot of people out there that has many different genres. Like a lot of people don't like Caucasians. If a Caucasian cool with me, I'm cool with them. If they ain't showing me no type of prejudice or racism, no, same thing. Reciprocation. If you give me, I give you what you give me. I don't care who or what you are. As long as you don't try to put me in your category or try to bring that to my doorstep. No, we ain't doing that. Because there's a lot of good people out here. When I say good, I'm talking about in the actions that they do. But only the real goodness is if you're doing the Creator's word and going by His word. That's the real goodness. But other than that, if you're good, I'm good to you. If you're on another level, I'm the same way to you. I don't even have to deal with you, as far as I'm concerned. So, this is where, but became vain in their imagination and their foolish heart was darkened. 22, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. A lot of people do that today. Even the people in the quote-unquote Hebrew Israelite community and all these other communities, they profess themselves to be wise, but they became fools. A lot of them because they're going against the word of Yah. They're up there trying to make themselves wise and look good and okay, yeah, I'm talking this kind of way and whatever. But you became fool according to the Creator's word. Now the ones that would say they're going with the Creator's word, oh, I go with the Creator's word and this and that, but then they find out the Creator says something other than what they're talking about, they look foolish. 23, and change the glory of the uncorruptible Creator, God, universal consciousness, into an image made like to corruptible man. This is your Jesus, your Yahshua. This is just what y'all don't even realize it. This is your Jesus and your Yahshua. What does it say? Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. 23, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible Yah into an image made like to corruptible man.
Wow.
You just, I keep telling you, you break the first, second, and third commandment when you worship anything. Anything. And to birds, and to four-footed beasts, and to creepy thing. That's your that go your Acts 10, your Acts 10. When Peter went up on the roof, and then a sheet came down, and all four-footed beasts and creepy things, arise, Peter, and eat. The Creator ain't gonna tell him that.
Nope. Because he would be alive.
And yes, he would be alive if y'all didn't hear that. The Creator would have lied if he told Peter to get up and rise and eat all that stuff. He ain't gonna do that. Especially if Peter know the word. This goes to show how much people know the word. They think they know it, they became fools because they don't know the word. They don't know the Bible. They know the Bible from what they come to understand, what they've been taught and been led to understand, but they don't know the word of Yah. They don't know the voice of Yah. And this right here just told you. Like to corruptible man and to birds and four-footed beasts and creepy things. 24. Romans 1:24. Wherefore Yah also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts. The lust of whatever it is you want. I told you, the Creator will give you whatever you want. It's up to you to follow His law, but He'll still give you, and that's in Ezekiel chapter 14. Whatever you want, He'll give it to you. I prayed, like I told you, like I said last night, I prayed when I got the woman, I ain't gonna say her name tonight, but the woman that I was with for 10 years, I was 17 years older than, I didn't pray for her in particular. I prayed and she came a year later. But the Spirit was trying to guide me away from her. But I was connected. I was attached. I said the story, y'all can go check it out. And the one I did yesterday. Wherefore Yah gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. And you know what I'm talking about now. You know definitely what I'm talking about. These women, bisexual, and the LGBTQ alphabet soup community. And all I'm doing is just giving you the facts. Like I said, we have some good people out there. They who they are. I treat you as you treat me. But this is what the Creator is giving you through Romans, what's been spoken. Now, to me, a lot of people say, well, I don't believe it. Nothing in the New Testament. This is true. Can't say this ain't true. This is a true statement in the New Testament that people choose, that a lot of people choose not to listen to, but this is facts. 25. Romans 1:25. Who changed the truth of Yah, see? Who changed the truth of Yah into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator. You see that? And what are you talking about? He four-footed beasts and all this other stuff, as well as the man that y'all choose to call Jesus, Yeshua, Emmanuel, Prophet Muhammad, Buddha, and anything else under the sun. Yeah, Santa Claus and all these other holidays. But the point is, that's what y'all did. Who changed the truth of Yah into a lie, which is his law, which is the truth. Changed into a lie, which is the blasphemy. This is the blasphemy that y'all have been doing in the New Testament all the way to Revelation chapter 13, when it talks about the deadly wound that was healed. The deadly wound was Christianity, wounded by the Arians till they pushed the Arians out the way, and then Christianity became to be full blown as it is today in the Roman Empire. Some of y'all don't know this. And worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Hallelujah. Verse 26. For this cause, there's always a cause. And people don't even realize, there's always a cause to an effect. For this cause, Yah gave them up unto vile affections. Vile affections. This is the reason why we had these pedophiles. This country, this whole country mostly be trying to push it around the world, pedophilia, trying to push this stuff into schools. Transgenderism, abortions, all this stuff is against the Creator. All this stuff is what the women and feminists was about today. And these weak men. Yeah. That's what this is about today. For this cause, Yah gave them up to vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. You know, rubbing lips. And you know, I'm not talking about the top lips neither. Well, they know what I'm saying. Rubbing lips. All I got to do is say it. Rubbing lips. I'm not talking about them neither. Hey, I'm just being honest. Sometimes I have to come in like this. Against nature. That's not natural, y'all. But hey, that's what you do. That's what you do. 27. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the women. You see that? Leaving the natural use of the women. Burn in their lust one towards another. I can't see it. I can't even see it. I cannot see it. Nasty. But it's all a curse. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one towards another. Men with men. You see that? That's in here. Men with men, working that which is unseemly and receiving. Check this out now. If y'all know I'm graphic, y'all know how I am. This thing keep trying to come. It says, burning in their lust one towards another, men with men, working that which is unseemly. And check this out. And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met. Men receiving in themselves, that's nasty. What men is receiving in them is supposed to be going into the woman. It's supposed to be receiving into the woman. The woman's supposed to be catching it.
That's why a lot of them are sick.
Say again, baby.
That's why a lot of them are going.
That's why a lot of them are what?
Going through sickness.
There's a lot of them going through sickness.
Because they're putting the structure that's supposed to be in the woman.
They don't realize it. But see, it's all a part of the curse.
That's why men are alkaline and women are acidic.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why alkalinity goes into acid, which is the female,
And it balances itself out.
and it balances. But you doing two things, two positives and two negatives. Two negatives.
Don't work.
It don't work.
Verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain Yah in their knowledge. You see that? Even y'all Christians. See, even though they talk about them, those people that's doing that, it's even talking about y'all don't retain Yah in y'all knowledge. You know why? Because y'all retaining Paul, Peter, Timothy, and Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That's who y'all retain in your knowledge. And even as they did not like to retain Yah in their knowledge, Yah gave them over to a reprobated mind to do those things which are not convenient. A reprobated mind who's thinking that, oh, what they doing, they think what they're doing is right. I was made this way. I was this now. Yeah. Well, that is the excuse that they use. They shall think evil is good, and they shall think good is evil. To give them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which is not convenient. 29. Being filled with all unrighteousness. Check this out. It's a key word in here I want to show with y'all. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy. How many people out there just envious of other people? Murder, not murderer, but murder, full of murder, debateful. I'm saying debateful, but debate. How many y'all out there just love to debate? And when you debate, it's not debate for learning. A lot of y'all debate to be right. Y'all here to answer instead of listening to get a better understanding. Debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, whisper in your ear. Remember I tell you about the system? Whisper in your ear. Backbiters, haters of Yah. How many of y'all hate Yah? Ain't no God. I was just sharing last night. Me and my brother G1 talking about. We're breathing water right now. How are we breathing water? Water is memory. Water holds memory. And I'll tell you it again. Go check out Messages in Water by Dr. Emoto. And you'll understand how water holds memory. And think about it. Water turns to ice. Ice turns back to water. I'm just going to go with solid, as me and G1 talk about. Solid, liquid, and then it evaporates. Solid is ice. Water is liquid. It evaporates into the air. You can say steam, water. As it evaporates, it's still water, but it's in a different density. So it's evaporating, going back into the heavens. Everything we're in is water. And then what does it do? It reverses and comes back down as water. Sometimes come down as ice, which we call hell. But the point is, universal consciousness, memory. That's why when we breathe, the universal consciousness is within our brains, and we all think, some of us can think one thing compared to, that's why we're going through this shift right now. It's time. You can't change what's prophesied. If the Father's seen everything from the beginning to the end, and if everything is being fulfilled, it's going to happen because the Creator said it. He saw it already. And ain't nothing you can do about it. but either be on one side or the other. Convert or non-convert. That's your choice. Other than that, everything else is laid out for you. But what it says right here again, and even as they did in the verse 28, and even as they did not like to retain Yah in their knowledge, Yah gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Then it went down to all these. And then verse 30, backbiters, I just did 29. Backbiters, haters of Yah, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedience to parents. Y'all children. Disobedience to parents. Without understanding. And we got a lot of people without understanding today. Covenant breakers. Without natural affection. Got a lot of people like that. Inflexible. Unmerciful. Last verse, but not least. Whose knowing the judgment of Yah, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So right now, what you about to say, baby, before I close up?
I said, where are you reading from?
That was Romans chapter 1.
Yeah,
Verse 1 through 30, I think 31 or 32.
yeah, that's where I found.
Verse 18 through.
That's where I found myself in that, when I was understanding.
That where you find yourself in what? Come in here and tell me. Come in here, baby. Come in here so I can hear you.
I said that book is where I found myself when I was understanding things, the things of Yah, and long time ago when I was younger, and I happened to just be reading in the Bible, because every now and then we pick it up and try to read it and try to understand it, but even though we're walking so deeply and so heavily in this wicked world, and we try to pick up the Bible sometimes and understand it and whatever, and I happen to be in that way and picked up the Bible, and the book of Romans I landed there. And I began to read, and I read all of those things. And those things, some of those things I was. And that's when immediately my eyes were open.
So immediately your eyes were open because you recognized some things.
Yeah.
You looked in the looking
myself.
glass. There's a looking glass. Yeah.
I recognized myself in that book, and I said, oh, Father, I do these things. And I didn't want to do these things. So I told him, I said, help me to not do these things.
And there you go.
And then I began to go to church, and it was in Christianity. I began to go to church.
So this is your beginning.
This is my beginning.
Okay.
My very beginning. And that's how I became.
Can't hear you, baby.
That's how I became to understand that the book of Romans, it is a looking glass. It is a mirror for you to see yourself spiritually, to see what spirits have attached themselves to you. And sometimes we don't know that those spirits are attached to us. And when we do find out, we have to remove those things. We have to ask Father to help us remove those things. And we have to work hard at it, because some of these spirits have been attached to us through ancestry.
Yep.
From being born. Those spirits were attached to us. So we really have to work hard at deliverance, or being delivered from those spirits, because it's about us making the choice. It's not about, somebody laying hands on you. It's simply the choice. Even the New Testament says resist and he will flee. That's right. It didn't say somebody gonna throw some holy water on you and all this and you run around the corner and jump up and down and scream and shout. It says resist. That's and right. Part of resisting is knowing that you are capable, because you have something attached to you, and it will tend to lead and guide you off into wherever it wants to lead and guide you off. And once that sin or that spirit has had its way, and now you're left holding the bag of
Yep.
shame
That
and
has happened.
guilt.
Yep.
And so now we have to understand that we are the ones who make the decision. The Father said, "You choose. I set before you life and death.
Death.
You choose." When you're walking down a path the wrong way and into a dead end, you choose.
To stay there or turn around.
Or turn around and come back. That's all. I'm gonna get off my box.
Thank you, baby. Mm-hmm. So other than that, I just like to share with everybody. G1, is there anything you like to say before we go? I know you've been sitting back for a while. He got disturbed when someone came on here with that foul stuff. Yeah, somebody came on, another person tried to come on. I put it on pause though.
Yeah.
Between part 1 and part 2.
That's
demonic.
Yeah, but that's like, I would rather you not just even entertain it. If they don't want to say who they are, click automatically.
And that's what I was doing. But I got to get to it before I can do it.
No.
Yep.
Because people can't unsee what they saw.
Yeah, I know. But it ain't on there for everybody to see no more.
Yeah,
So, so the key is. Other than that, I just like to thank everybody for coming, and also wanted to share with everybody that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm the same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwells, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not. Cause the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. And we get ready to give the benediction that's starting in Numbers chapter 6, verse 22 through 27. And this is the priestly benediction where the Creator told Moses to speak to Aaron and tell him and his son to speak this upon the children of Israel. And the priestly benediction goes, and Yah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and to his son, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee, and Yah make his face shine upon thee, and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift up his countenance upon thee, and give thee peace. And they shall put Yah's name upon the children of Israel, which is his law, and Yah will bless them. Just wanted to share that. And the smile. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shekevo Vakuto Yolam Va'ed. Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah our Father is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Bless you, Father. Bless you, praise you, bless you for all your word, your thoughts, and everything you've given of us. Let everybody take in this information and understand them for what's being said. We bless you. Thank you for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We praise you and we thank you. In your holy word, spirit, and all things we pray. Hallelujah. 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 All right. Now, just to share with everyone, if anybody like to get in contact with me, you can always call or text me at 770-572-5315. My name is spelled Michael, but pronounced Mikael. And again, that's 770-572-5315. And if you'd like to email me, excuse me, you can always email me. You can get my plate ready now, baby. You can get my plate ready. My email is at lakine@gmail, which is LKHYYM@gmail.com. That's LKHYYM@gmail.com. Now, if you'd like to catch me, well, put it like this. If everybody would like to check out part 1 and part 2, which is the short versions, you'll find part 1 and part 2 on YouTube, which is youtube.com, Juice Pro 33. That's JUICEPRO 33 altogether. That's for part 1 and part 2, but that's under video. It's under video in YouTube at Juice Pro 33. You can also catch us on Instagram, which is Lakime _ the Juice, which is on Instagram is LKHYYM _ THEJUICE. Again, that's LKHYYM _ THEJUICE. That's Lakime _ the Juice. Excuse me. On Instagram. Now you can also catch me on Facebook. My Facebook, part 1 and part 2, is Mikael Harris, which is MI_CHAEL space HARRIS. MI_CHAEL space HARRIS. And now for the full version, which is from Zoom, I will be making it, uploading it on YouTube at Juice Pro 33 under the video. That's on YouTube under Juice Pro 33, JUICEPRO 33 all together on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and share as well. Please like, subscribe, and share. Check my information out and share. Also, you can look on X, formerly known as Twitter, which X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm on there under Juice Pro 33 as well, but that's the full version on there as well. That's Juice Pro 33, JUICEPRO 33 on X, formerly known as Twitter, all together, one word. And also on patreon.com /LKHYYM. That's patreon.com, which is patreon.com /LKHYYM is the full version, as well as rumble.com /LKHYYM. That's rumble.com /LKHYYM. Excuse me. But now, if you just want to catch me on TikTok, my TikTok is same as Instagram, which is LKHYYM _ the juice. Again, that TikTok again is at LKHYYM _ the juice. My other TikTok is at Michael the Juice Harris. That again is at MICHAEL THEJUICEHARRIS. That's all together, which is at MICHAEL THEJUICEHARRIS. That's all together. That's my other TikTok. Now, if you'd like to see the platform from the Zoom, which is in the information as well, my platform for Zoom is I'm here on the night after Sunday, which is at 9 p.m. after Sunday, which is that night. I'm here at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. That's Fight Fire with Truth on Sunday nights, the nights after Sunday. The nights after Monday, like tonight, the nights after Monday, what we call Monday nights, is at 9 p.m. And that's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. That's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. And then on Tuesday evenings, which is at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays, we have Sovereign Class of Knowledge, Introductory to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge helps you out in getting your sovereign status. And then we have on, to be determined, we have Freedom Sovereign Class of Knowledge on Wednesdays, but that's to be determined. That's when people get in their private office. But other than that, on the Sabbath, which is on Saturdays, at noon, which is the beginning of the evening, we have Assembly of the Righteous. That's Assembly of the Righteous on the Sabbath. That's at noon at that time. And that's it. Assembly of the Righteous at noonday on the Sabbath. And that day, the day that the Creator called us together to keep His word. And that's what we do. So other than that, I thank y'all for your time, your patience, You're listening there. You're seeing. I'm going to say bye to Zoom first since it's the longest. I thank you, appreciate, love you, and we'll be talking soon. G1, thanks for coming. Even though we didn't get a chance to hear from you much, I also know that all of a sudden the sound was going in and out. So we'll talk soon. I'll see you soon, my bruh. And always, peace.
Recording stopped.
Alrighty. And over here on Facebook, we thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate, love you. See you soon and always. Peace. There we go. And over here on Instagram, I thank you for your time. That's YouTube Live, not you. I don't even want you to go out just yet. I'm gonna have you laugh always on Instagram right here. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate, love you. See you soon and always. Peace. Now, YouTube Live. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate, love you. See you soon and always. Peace.